for me, it's kind of frustrating. Like I feel like we've left two games out there that are very winnable for us going into the break, whether the Mystics at home and then obviously this one. And then we've won other matchups that are really tough for us. The Lynx on the road, Mercury on the road, Mercury at home, Liberty at home, and you lose two that probably you should have won, especially the one at home versus the Mystics.
Well, we lost first match. To be honest, I don't even know.
I don't know either, AB, but as frustrating as that loss was, I will say that I'm just relieved to get to the All-Star break / Olympic break. Everybody could use a month off, the rookies especially, myself included. So I'm just happy that we made it. We're here now. Speaking of here, 5,000 subs, you guys. Didn't believe that we would get here this fast, but we're there. 5,100. Actually, I didn't get to thank you guys yesterday, so thank you for that. That's a milestone I didn't want to let go unacknowledged. Speaking of which, before we move on to the All-Star break, which I'm sure that we are ready to, let's just acknowledge this milestone from Caitlin Clark one more time with the 19 assists. I know you've heard about it ad nauseum at this point, but I can't get enough of it. So,
But you can tell our chemistry is really coming along. We're playing a lot better. If you watch our game from the beginning of the year, one of like our first 5 games, and you watch the game now, like you would think we're a completely different team with completely different players. So got to give our group a lot of credit, our coaches a lot of credit for everybody just really buying in and continuing to improve. And, our goal is obviously to get back to the playoffs. Haven't been there since 2016. And right now we're in a position to do that. So that's exciting and that's something to build off of. But at the same time, we just know we can be so much better. And that's what we're looking forward to.
She's gonna say it means nothing, but I think it's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. So it's all right.
I just think I just try to set my teammates up for success. I think at times, like I can almost overpass and that can maybe, I don't know. There probably could have been a few times where instead of passing that leads to turnover that I might have, I can probably shoot the ball, but especially with AB, like I'm just looking to set her up so much. Like my eyes are just always on our post players, whether that's Liz or whether that's AB or whoever's in the game at the time, and then kind of look out from there. But yeah, still didn't shoot it very good from three, and I thought we finished really well around the paint. I'm sure our points in the paint were pretty good. 62 points in the paint, so yeah.
Everybody's been watching Caitlin. She's a great player. She's playing at a very high level, especially with her assists. Like there's a lot of shots she turned down because she was looking for her teammates. That just speaks volume of how she is as a player. I don't know her as a person, but she's a great player. What she does, what she's been doing since game one till now. Got nothing but respect for her. She did her thing tonight. Just awesome all around.
okay, so let's get into it now. There are some things that will need to be addressed during the break, starting with three-point shooting. Katie Lou Samuelson, Lexi Hull, they've all been off. Also, Aaliyah Boston, she's been one of their highest percentage shooters, but she hasn't really shot with volume. And she said at the beginning of the season that she intended to shoot more threes, which she has more than last season. But I feel like she can still shoot more with everybody else struggling. Hey, you're one of the best shooters out there. Let them fly. Starts. They don't need to get off to necessarily fast starts every single game, but these slow starts are killing them. They're killing them. They're giving the other team confidence, and it's really tiring, mentally and physically tiring to always play from behind the entire game. So if they can get away from that and get back to some faster starts, we can hope that Timmy Fag-Bentley is the answer, but we can't just say that she's going to cure every ailment. So hopefully she's the answer, but they do need to address fast starts beyond just saying that Timmy Fag-Bentley will be back. Also, they need to address the bench. We've seen moves from the Chicago Sky already. Just one, might be more on the way. We'll talk about that in a second. But typically, there's not a lot of mid-season activity as far as trades and whatnot by the deadline, which is coming up next month on the 20th. They need to make a move. You can't just hold 3-4 players on the bench that you're not playing. Maybe if you're the champions, like the Aces, you can do that. But even they move players in and out. Right now, the Fever are just holding 2 or 3 spots for Saxton, Berger. They have no intention on actually putting in the game, or at least they haven't shown that they have. So they need to do something. Leadership, yeah, we all know they're not changing that right now. They're not changing that this season. We can call for it, we can want, we can hope. Nothing's changing there. So no point in really addressing it in my book. We could talk about it after the season maybe, but it's not going to happen this season. So fans are looking to see Caitlin Clark play under a different coach in the All-Star game with Cheryl Miller. As soon as I heard she was announced, I knew that was going to be trouble, but it's just an exhibition game. She's going to have to play everybody. We won't really get a chance to see how she really would coach Caitlin Clark, but still, just interesting thing to see because that's exactly the type of coach that I was talking about when I said she needed somebody with some legendary cachet.
So what a game. Lexi Hall gets the steal. Agumbawale in pursuit.
The way Lexi Hull turns into a completely different player in the fourth quarter needs to be studied, but can we only play her in the last 5 minutes of the fourth? I think that's the answer here.
They were up pressuring me, so then I kind of got behind them and was able to attack, and then I tried to pull it out and kind of lost my handle while getting poked from behind, so.
All right, and that's how our girls in Indiana Fever are rolling into All-Star break. In fast style. All right, so now let's talk about the All-Star break. Nobody in three-point contest. No Sabrina, no Kaylin, nobody in the skills test. Well, Willer, we got to go show some support for Willer. She is a Fever player, so I mean, you know, that's how we show up. We did have 9 Fever players in the All-Star voting, so which wasn't surprising to me because I thought to myself, the exact people who are Caitlin Clark fans are the exact type of people who will go and vote. So it probably coincides pretty well that, anywho, it's a political year, you guys. It's on my mind. But I did think that when I saw the All-Star voting, like, well, duh. Chicago Sky fans, step it up. What you want me to tell you. But anyway, nobody's really interested in that. I can't really blame Sabrina for wanting to focus on the U.S. team or Caitlin Clark for just wanting. That takes a lot off the legs. That's like being in a home run contest. Nobody has time for that right now, especially in their rookie season. So I'm not mad at everybody going to rest, but that's gonna blow. Nobody's gonna really want to watch that. And then they got Pitbull for halftime entertainment. I'm available for these types of things. League, and I know some of y'all. I know. I'm available. I could have put you on. That wasn't it. Anyway, I'm not giving away nothing for free, but it wasn't Pitbull. It wasn't the answer. I mean, he is entertaining. He does touch all bases, but except for the youth. Nobody young care about that. Anyway, the game itself. Cheryl Miller, Cheryl Reeve. This is a nice battle. I believe Team WNBA is in a lot better shape physically than Team USA. You've heard my last video. I don't think Team USA, besides age, I mean, they have the able bodies that they need to get it done. Trust and believe that. But if it wasn't to a matter of depth, man, I'm taking Team WNBA all day. We saw Enrique lead Team WNBA to the win last time this game happened. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Sabrina Ionescu, she dropped 30 with the Oregon Ducks, and they beat Team USA. It happened. Rakia Jackson gave them buckets too, but the Oregon Ducks, it was Sabrina and Satu Sabally from the Dallas Mavericks who's coming back after the break. She averages 18 and 8, by the way, in the WNBA. But yeah, those two put Team USA away, and that was a college team. You guys could pull on. It's on Ball is Life. I can't play it here. So I'm riding, even though Sabrina's on the other side. But Team USA can definitely be beat, and I believe this is exactly the team to do it. I believe that this All-Star break is a great chance to reset for all fan bases because look, I know it's been a lot of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese stuff, and I'll play into it. I have more fun with it than like being serious about it. I don't hate Angel Reese at all. You can look at some of the previous videos, the pre-draft video and stuff like that, to see my comments about her there. But I'm just not a fan of her playing style. However, I do believe that it's a lot to ask for both fan bases who've been rooting against each other for all of this time, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, all the way up through March, and then just 4 weeks after the draft or 4 weeks after the tournament, you have the draft, and it's like, okay, that player you've been rooting against who's been your rival, you have to, no, it's not going to work that way. So it takes a little bit of time for fan bases to stop rooting against somebody that's been their primary competition for so long. And I feel like we've come to that point in the season, and especially after the All-Star game, we kind of will see all sides relax a little bit. I mean, not me. I still got jokes for everybody my team is going against. NCAA, WNBA, doesn't matter. But, you know, all in fun. Marina Mabrey and Chicago Sky. Let's talk about that trade really quick. Because as soon as it came across my timeline, attached with it was the information that it was a player requested trade. So I was very confused yesterday when I saw a video saying that the Chicago Sky were tanking. I did see one video, Quita Love Sports. She took the time and got it right. She always does. She's a great channel. But yeah, the information was right there in the Chicago paper that it was a player requested trade. And I wasn't shocked to hear that because I could sense a rift between her and the rest of the team. Obviously, I've seen the comments from from fans wanting her to move to the bench, but also her post game interview after the Sky played the Fever, I could just sense an energy rift between the two. I'll play it here.
Rivalry between these two teams and basically a one possession game for most of the game. Does it feel like there's more intensity against that opponent?
I don't feel it. I mean, I'm not really in that stuff. I feel like that's like the new fans and stuff. So I don't remember Chicago and Indiana ever being a rival. Sorry, just don't see it like that. But yeah.
Yeah, see the way that was worded, there was just some separation between her and the rest of the team, and it kind of felt like she was the old person in the club still. I've had that feeling, looking around like, what the? Okay, let me get out of here. So that happened. They're on different timelines, and now I feel like the Connecticut Sun are a more appropriate team for the timeline that she's on. They're in win now mode. She's in win now mode. All right, and then with Kennedy Carter taking a bigger role, moving from the bench to the starting lineup, and now moving from the starting lineup to like a foundational piece of the future going forward, I can see why they would move her. It is tough to lose most of your 3-point shooting. She had over half of the 3-pointers, but I mean they got some back and Bantam, but not all of it. Honestly, they're gonna miss Mabrey. I don't expect that to be the last move for the Chicago Sky. There were reports that Dana Evans was floated out there available for a trade. It remains to be seen if that's still the case now that they've already moved one guard, but I am expecting the Chicago Sky to make one other move before the deadline on the 20th. So we'll see. As far as the Connecticut Sun, now they're watchable. They were unwatchable, man. Dejanay Carrington's so bad on offense. She's just missing all of her layups, all of her threes. I think she's like 20-some% from three. She has some steals, but if you're just gonna go down there and miss the layup on the other end, you might as well let the other team keep the ball. And then Alyssa Thomas with no labrums, she can't shoot the ball, so she's just like playing ground and pound. It's like watching old Big Ten football, 3 yards on a cloud of dust. That's their style of basketball. Honestly, DeWanna Bonner was the only one with like some real offensive flash, and Brianna stepping out with her 3-pointers or whatever. But horrible team to watch offensively. So now that they have Mabrey, maybe it'll look better aesthetically and also when they need some clutch shots just to get the wins. So cool move for them. I'm happy for both sides, honestly. There seemed to be some. I think that's everything basketball that I want to put in this video at least. I will be back with more track videos because some things happen, but that's for a different video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, peace. Thank you again for 5K. Can't wait to see you again on 10. Who knows how long that's going to take, but I don't take the 5 for granted. See y'all in the next one.